Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Today we are working on the deck that we've been building. All of our aluminum framing is complete except for one step that we're kind of a last minute change order that we had to do to make it work for this one section of the deck. So we're framing that up right now. But all the rest of the deck has been framed. We've been cutting in decking and putting it in different locations where we're going to install it. And the main deck is pretty much installed. We're getting ready to cut the lines so that we can install the surface borders. So that's kind of where we're at today. There's a couple spots that aren't quite covered. Why don't we go take a look at those and I'll kind of show you guys what we've done, and then we'll get into some of the surface borders. What's unique about this deck, we framed it in aluminum. We used 3 different profile sizes. We used 2x8, 2x6, and a 2x4, which is what this little landing is made out of. It's really low to the ground. So we had to come up with a concept that we could use this product and use it as a landing. The thing about aluminum that's cool is it's really robust. So we can span 6 feet on a 2x4 without any deflection. It's very stable. And we actually are doing full-on surface borders on every level of each deck. There's 4 different levels to this deck. This is one of them. And this is just a small little like landing, catwalk, whatever you want to call it. But we're still tricking it out with borders. We haven't installed this one. That's why I wanted to show it to you first, is because it's exposed. All right, so we're using a grooved clip system. What's unique about this clip system is it locks into the frame. So this particular deck here, we attached it to the lower side of the main deck, and then we put some concrete anchors into the foundation to hold this side up, and then we use the precast footing block over here to hold this corner up, which we still haven't quite installed yet. We haven't finished installing, but it just has to be moved a little bit and screwed to the side of this joist, and then that'll be finished as well. And then we can go ahead and lay this deck as well. So we have this one done, or to do. The main deck's done except for the surface borders. All we have to do left there is cut the lines and install the surface borders. And we have the outside edge done, but we have the sides in the middle to do. So 1, 2, 3 here. So basically all this decking is laid. It's all Cortexed on the ends. So we have that hidden clip system down the main part of the deck. But we still went ahead and face screwed and put corks in, or Fasten Master Cortex. You guys know we love to use that stuff. And we Cortexed the ends of the boards. That helps keep the decking from moving back and forth from expansion and contraction. It's gonna keep this line straight, okay? So that's there. For the rest of the decks, everything, like I said, is framed. So we just have prepped decking cut and ready to be laid. So we have this section here to do, and then this lower section over here as well, which kind of wraps around the house. And over here, we still have an access panel to cut in, but we're not gonna cut that access panel in until we get the decking laid to a certain point, so we know where to cut the access panel in, and then we'll be able to go ahead and get that installed as well. So still quite a ways to go on this. A lot of the stuff you see now is gonna be more finesse and finish work. So it's just gonna take us some time to get that stuff done. So, but for today, we're working on framing up that stair over there, and we're gonna go ahead and get that mounted to the side of the deck, get the outside edge of that in concrete, and then start working on our surface borders for the upper deck as well. So that's where we're at right now. That's what we're gonna start working on. So follow along and see how we do today. Well, I think we gotta go to 5. Well, it depends where you measure from. It's pushing in a little bit. Well, get through the first one and then you can straighten it out. There you go. That's awesome. I don't know if you guys follow us on any other social media outlets. We have an Instagram page as well. I'll clamp it onto a handle or something like that, and then I have this magic arm, and that's adjustable, and it...
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Keith, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see you, man. What do you got?
Here they are.
Whoa.
Here's
and the injection molded cases and everything,
yeah,
huh?
the new prototype.
The new prototypes. All right, guys, so top secret, but we have the new prototypes for the Heatcon heat bending system. We've been testing these with Keith and trying these out, and now he has the complete kit.
The final one.
Wow, man.
Now
wow, it's beautiful.
Ready for field testing.
We're ready for field testing.
Final approval.
And we're ready
from the man.
We're ready to put these on the internet too?
Pretty close.
Okay.
Pretty close. We're starting to, we bought the stuff and then we're going to build up inventory. So yeah.
Awesome.
That's the next step.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's an exciting day.
Man, what a wonderful day. Awesome. So Keith, I've known Keith for about
15 years.
15 years we'll be, that's probably fairly conservative, but about 15 years. Back in the 2000s, we were bending composite deck boards, and we started using his technology with the heat blankets and the control units to do that. And we've been doing that for 15 years, and then we came up with some really cool features. They wanted to upgrade their system. It took us what?
It's been over a year. Yeah, it's a couple years.
It's been a couple of years in the system from the initial concepts of what's the recipe, what are we putting into this box, and then being able to actually have the final prototype, the one that you can actually purchase from this company, is pretty awesome. So Keith, give us a quick rundown on it.
Well, we've got two boxes. One is for 10 foot, the other one is connecting for 20 feet. You have the one interface, so for the 20-foot system, you're gonna do it all off the one touch screen. Mm-hmm. And then it connects with a network cable, so you can have one at one end and one at the other end as far as the boxes go. Still 15 amps, 120 volts, although it can run on 240. This is gonna be approved for European use, for CE approval. And then you've got a top blanket and a bottom blanket, color-coded.
Nice.
Your suggestion for the color codes, and still have the probe that goes in the middle of the board.
The network cables is probably one of the most impressive parts of the system, because what that does is there's a primary and a secondary unit. So when you attach the secondary unit and you link that cable together, it monitors the temperature. You can program the top blanket independently from the bottom blanket, so you can run unique formulas for what type of decking you're bending, okay? And then that this network cable communicates back from the primary to the secondary box and lets it know, hey, I'm at 210 degrees, you need to be at 210 degrees as well, so that they heat the board evenly. So before, it was a guessing game and a monitoring game about how much heat were we giving half a board, because when you do a 20-foot board, you have to use two 10-foot kits. Now it's like you're using one 20-foot blanket instead of two 10-foot blankets. Even though there's two 10-foot blankets, it's still simulating a 20-foot piece, because you're going to be heating at equal temperatures now.
And we made, per Jason's recommendation, we made the blankets slightly longer. Just a little tweaks, all those little things that we've learned over the years, and from the field and from Jason, and now we put them into play. So
awesome.
We're very excited. If there's one last thing to find that doesn't work exactly right in the software, we're hoping that you're going to find that.
Yep.
We'll get that cleaned up. But all the parts and the functionality, it's set. Everything's on order, and we're going to start making them.
Wow, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's great.
So stay tuned, guys. That's really awesome information. I noticed when we were cutting this in that we missed a block right here in between our frame. And on a normal timber frame, it'd be really difficult to install this support block for our surface boarder. But what's kind of cool about the outdoor aluminum system, it's modular, so I can actually like put these clips on it and figure out the length I need and kind of slip this in, and I'll be able to kind of temp this up until we get it screwed in. And I'm just gonna drop this in here and see if I can twist this around. It looks like we're a little too tight on our block. Maybe she'll fit. I took my measurement from the bottom, so the top might be a little more snug. Let me grab a hammer. Oh, let's see, I lost one of my clips. So, gotta put this back down for a sec. All right, I think we're gonna have to start over. Since I have the block out, I'm gonna go cut it down just a little bit so it fits a little bit better. Hey. And now, I know it's at the right elevation too, because everything locks together with this system and the bracket's ready to go. So all I gotta do is put this one on center. So 10 3/4. And all I have to do now is screw it in, and it's like it was never missing. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming to our channel. Don't forget, before you leave, to click that subscribe button and hit that bell icon if you want to be notified when we're putting out new content. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.